as I said, when I thought about today, I thought about all the gratitude I have for so many people who've been involved in the store over the years. Obviously, 2 people did not make Women and Children First, and all the people who worked at Women and Children First were also supported by volunteers over the years. So there have been a lot of fingers in this pie and helped us to develop and maintain and grow. And I want to start by thanking our current staff members. Jill, I'm not going to say last names, I think you know who these people are. If you're here, would you raise your hand? Jill, who you just met.
Whose amazing artwork is in the window this weekend.
Right. And Eden, I'm not sure if Eden is here today.
Running the marathon.
Oh, she is running the marathon tomorrow, so she's probably home eating spaghetti. Sharon Hidden is with us today back here. And Jamie, somewhere, there's Jamie back there. Sarah and Lynn brought Jamie here to be part of the newest member of the staff, and Jamie's doing a terrific job. What? Oh.
Just keep seeing more people.
Oh, yeah. And also Selena, who I don't think is here today, but she's been at Women and Children First doing a whole variety of things, including maintaining our website for, I don't know how many years now, 6, 7, something like that. I also just want to mention some former staff members there are many former staff members who've contributed their feminism, creative ideas, love of books, and warm, outgoing personalities over the years. There are many people. I'm just going to name a few: Jack Gems, Chelsea Clammer, Tish Hayes, Pam Harcourt. Forgive me if there are others of you here who I haven't named.
Mac Oliver.
Mac Oliver's right.
Oh, Mac, I'm sorry. There's Mac, who did a terrific job developing children's programming here at the store and is still involved with that, with the Children's Book Club and other special events for kids.
Cousin Barbara.
Oh, Cousin Barbara. She's Linda's cousin really, but I've come to think of her as Cousin Barbara too, who's helped out a lot at the store. And I also, well, do you want to talk about volunteers? Some of the volunteers
Sure.
on it?
Sure. And many of you are here: Yvonne, Starla Scholl, Bridget, Amy, Ann's Amy, my Jamie. They have been fabulous, great supportive partners who show up for the used book sales, show up for inventory, show up when we need extra people. Marisa, Lynn Mooney's partner, Jean Fishback back there. I mean, you just don't know all the time and energy that so many women have put in to this store. It's amazing, and women have been volunteers here for literally months before they were paid for their work. When we moved the store, 70 volunteers moved the store from Halstead to this location in one day with 4 donated trucks. You know, it still gives me shivers to think about it. But yeah, the contributions, and sometimes people have just been here for a week and done something amazing for us. I don't think we have them in another category, but the women's studies teachers from Loyola, from DePaul, from UIC, Women's and Gender Studies, these people have promoted us to their students. From Northeastern, Shelley, they have ordered their textbooks through us despite being under fire from their administrations to use the campus bookstore. They have been rebels and have had us bring books to their classrooms. The internet has pretty much shut down that operation, but it really helped for a long time, having a lot of books to sell in September and January. and sending their students to us and recommending their students to work here, like Jill. All that's been a part of it.
Is this getting too boring, or can you go on?
Just a
You
little.
know, really, I mean, the sense we want to give you all is that the bookstore is about community, that there are so many people who've contributed in ways large and small over the years. And the thank yous are not only intended acknowledgments, but to give you a sense of how many people have been involved in the bookstore. So we're not going to go on much longer, but I want to make a special thank you to Jean Fishbeck, whose software inventory program we have used for free, which has saved the store a significant amount of money and also given us just a terrific tool to work with for the 24 years, no longer than that now, almost 30 years we've had it. And Jean's been a big underwriter of the store in many ways over the years, so special gratitude there. Clearly, we want to thank all the Chicago authors who, I mean, the bookstore is, after all, primarily about being a bookstore. And, you know, we've hosted so many programs over the years. Harry mentioned some of the big ones. Sarah Paretsky is waving at me back there. She was the very first on my list of names. Actually, I have local authors who had read here, and Sarah, of course, has a international reputation. I'm going to name a few of those people. Harry already mentioned that a lot of big names have come, and that's certainly been important for our store, and Sarah is one of those big names and also local. But here are just a few of the local authors who've read here and to whom we are so grateful for making our bookstore their bookstore in so many ways. Let's see. Sarah, I've already mentioned Peggy Shinner, Leslie Jameson, Alexander Heyman, Jack Gems, Aline Soloway, Rosellen Brown, Carol Anshaw, Gwendolyn Brooks, Chris Sneed, Gina Frangelo, Accio Bejas, Susan Nussbaum, John D'Amelio, Beth Ritchie, Ann Russo, Francesca Royster, I'm sorry?
Ransby.
Barbara Ransby.
Oh, and Barb.
As I spelled it wrong.
Okay, Barbara Ransby, Garnet Kilbert Cohen, and just many, many others. So I'm we're grateful to all of you.
And of course, we've had some wonderful entertainers for children here over the years. Shanta has filled in for me at story time so many times, as well as other programming. Susan Salador, who launched her kids' albums here, and gave us her daughter to be a volunteer here from 11 to 18. Ella Jenkins, who's graced our stage more than once. Kids book authors like Amy Krauss Rosenthal and Esther Hershenhorn, who have sent other authors here to look at our books, to know what good kids books are, and have come and read from their books. And then I really want to thank the journalists in Chicago, because they have been so good to us. I mean, you open the Tribune, you open the Sun-Times. Anytime we do anything, it's in the papers. We do interviews. It's remarkable to me how much the journalists in Chicago love us. And, you know, tops on that list is Tracy Baim. And Tracy, let me just tell you that for the last 10 years, because times were rough, Ann and I decided we would not spend a penny on advertising. I'm sorry, Chicago papers. We have not spent money on your pages. Instead, we have had brilliant women like Kathy Bergquist and Cheryl Johnston to do publicity for us and send out press releases about things we were doing. And all these wonderful journalists picked up on it. Now, Tracy ignored the fact that we weren't paying her for ads. And she just, every week, put an ad in for our current program. And then, you know, at Christmas time, we'd give her some gift certificates for her stay. Now she's become a publisher. So we have a whole different relationship. Very rocky. But she's been probably, I mean, people say, oh, Women and Children First is really the center of GLBT activity in Chicago. It's Tracy Baim. It's Windy City Times and Nightlines and Outlines and all the different papers she started over the years. And now she's writing books chronicling GLBT history and prominent figures in Chicago. And, you know, who knows, she might write us. But those people have made such a difference. We didn't have to spend money. And I'm looking at Cheryl Corley over here, who got us on national public radio with a, you know, like 8-minute interview. We took up all this national airtime when we announced we were selling the store. That's really, really helped make us successful. Thank you.
And just a few more. I want to also, was sort of in the line of publicity, I want to check a gentleman named James Sobachek, who we were nominated for Best Bookstore of the Year last year. And James made us a wonderful video to submit. Many of you participated in it, to submit to the judges committee. And the video was great. We're using pieces of it on the website. I don't know if that's been actually accomplished yet, but we intend to if they're not already there, just shorter versions. And James did just a wonderful job and a good deal of it for free. I want to mention the Crossroads Fund, who has been just a wonderful public foundation in Chicago who makes grants to all kinds of organizations that wouldn't get grants except for Crossroads Fund. So if you're ever looking for somebody to donate money to, Crossroads Fund is a great place to put some money. And they helped us create our Women's Voices Fund, which has been the significant underwriter of our programs for the last, 10 years, yes, since we raised our first big bunch of money. And many of you have contributed to the Women's Voices Fund over the years, and you're welcome to still do that. We can use that financial help to help offset the cost of programming, which we're committed to, but is an expense, a large expense. I also want to thank historians, Mary Ann Johnson, who has done a wonderful job of recording, making a CD of the customers of Women and Children First primarily, and what the store has meant to them, and also to Marie Kuda, who is the lesbian and gay historian par excellence, who's written so much of the history of LGBT history in Chicago. And finally, obviously, I want to thank all the wonderful customers we've had over the years. We have no bookstore without you. And for me, the greatest pleasure in having the bookstore has been meeting all of you, having the chance to talk about books, and hear everything you have to say about the books you're reading. It's just about the best kind of conversation, in my mind, that there is. So thank you. I mean that with all my heart. Thanks very much.
So thank you so much for coming, and we want to continue that conversation with you throughout the rest of the next few hours. Lynn and I have some excellent, exciting plans for a renovation of the store, which you can see floor plans on that table right there. Please ask us questions, pick our brains. We want to talk about it. We're really excited. And there's also tons of the refreshments, so help yourself to those as well. Again, thank you so, so much. My heart.